Well, hello, hello. Good morning. We're here for the Nursing School Mindset Edit. I had to do it a little bit early today because I'm going to work early today. So give me a thumbs up that you can hear me okay. I've had tech issues in the past and I don't want to talk too much without knowing that you can hear me. Okay, so today's topic is all about getting your significant other on board for nursing school. So we'll dive into that in just a moment, waiting to get some confirmation. And I'm just pulling up my notes. Okay, I've not gotten a thumbs up yet, so I'll just wait a moment. If anybody can hear me and the sound is working okay, give a thumbs up or just type something into the comments. That's totally fine. Say hello. Hello. Let me type a message. And okay, we'll get started here in just a moment. All right, can everybody hear me? Okay, I'm just gonna start. I'll assume you can hear me. Usually you guys tell me eventually if you can't, right? So what we're talking about today is significant others, families, getting your spouse or significant other or partner on board for nursing school, because let's face it, if you go to nursing school, then basically everyone in the whole family is going to be going to nursing school. It is such a big commitment. So making the decision to go, obviously that's mainly on you because it's your life, your decision, your schooling, your education, your career, but it does impact the rest of your family in some really big and significant ways. So what I recommend students do is you have to, first of all, more than anything else, have really open and honest conversations about this with your partner. Don't make any assumptions about what that other person is thinking or what they're feeling about this whole situation. You might assume they're totally on board when they actually have some reservations about it. So part of that is not making assumptions that they understand what nursing school is going to be like. It's not like other majors. It's not like when you were taking your your prereq classes, or maybe they saw you go through school for another major entirely. It's not going to be like that. And if they haven't been with somebody that's gone through it, or had a close friend or family member that has gone through nursing school, then this is reasonable belief for them to have. It's just another college degree. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it actually really is. So when you're talking with your significant other or your even your kids that can understand this whole concept, you have to ask them what they're thinking and feeling and be really opening to listening, asking what concerns do you have about the commitment of nursing school, and make sure that you use the word commitment because it is a giant commitment. And ask also, how do you envision our life changing to accommodate me pursuing this goal? And see what they say. And that way you know where they're coming from. So then you can have an open and honest conversation, like meet in the middle, right? So maybe they have a really valid concern. Maybe your finances, maybe it's a financial concern. Maybe your finances are already stretched really thin and they're stressed about being the main income source for a while. That's 2-ish years that they would have to be the main income source. Maybe you have people that you care for. Maybe you're caring for children or an older parent, and now a lot of that caregiving burden is going to be transferred to the other person. That is a valid concern. Childcare is a huge deal in nursing school, getting that covered, getting that coordinated. And maybe they're just scared that they won't see you as much as they're accustomed to. You won't be able to spend quality time together, and this will, make a divide grow between you. So these are all really valid concerns that you want to get out into the open when you have this really frank and open and honest discussion. And sometimes the spouse doesn't, they could be a little bit resentful because now your attention isn't going to be on them so much, spouse, partner, what have you. Your attention won't be on them so much. It's going to be on your goals, right? And your schooling. And this might be a difficult transition for them to make. So when you can talk about how the goal of nursing school can help both of you, this can be really effective in getting them on board and realizing this is not just something you're doing, this is something we are doing and we are committing to together, or we are committing to as a family. And you also have to just have these really open and honest discussions about your time management, how you're going to plan your schedule, how you're going to prioritize your time, and sitting down together as a couple, as a family, and really looking at all of the commitments that you have over the semester, and carving out, and this is really important, carving out some non-negotiable family fun time, or couples fun time, or whatever you want to call it, and then sticking to those non-negotiables. So I had a student who was in my boot camp who did that with her family, and they decided as a family that Fridays were family day. And because of her school schedule, she didn't have class or clinicals on Friday, so Friday was family fun day, and she stuck to it. That was her non-negotiable. It didn't matter. She wasn't going to study, work on projects. She made nursing school work around that schedule, and this gave her a ton of balance. She knew that no matter how tough of a week she was having, she had family Friday fun day, or whatever it was called, to look forward to. And maybe her house wasn't perfectly clean. Who cares, right? Maybe she didn't get straight A's. Doesn't matter. She was happy. She was healthier. She was more balanced. And her family got some undivided attention from her. So that is, the power of setting these non-negotiables, setting these commitments in coordination with your partner. Okay. Let's see. I've got some notes over here. Let me just see any other tips about getting your spouse on board, or your partner on board for nursing school. One thing that I would say is you have to be very, very clear when you're talking about what you need from them, because you're going to need extra help and support from them as you go through this. So it's not enough to just say, I need you to do extra things around the house while I study, because that's really vague, right? That's not very specific. So you have to get specific. So maybe you say things like, I need you to be in charge of the kids on Mondays from 8 to 11 while I'm in this particular class. Okay, that's very specific. Mondays from 8 to 11. I need you to do the batch cooking with me on Sunday. I'll give you the grocery list. You go to the grocery store Sunday morning, and then from 11 to 4, we'll batch cook, or however long that takes. I don't even know. But you get very specific with that. Or you say, I need uninterrupted study time from 3 to 7 every day, or 3 to 7 every day, Monday through Friday, or whatever that is for you. Again, you're being very specific and very clear about what you need from them. And you also need to be very specific and very clear about what you are still going to be able to do. You might tell them, I will do the laundry and the majority of the housework, but guess what? The house is not going to be spotless. The laundry will get done, but it might not get folded. It's not going to be perfect, but here's what I'm willing to take on while I'm in school. Or, I will take Betsy to Girl Scouts on Wednesday evenings, or I'll walk the dog on, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or whatever it is. Just getting very clear about different roles and different responsibilities. And then, again, just making the time to carve out that uninterrupted time with your partner, with your kids, with the whole family. Not studying while you do those things. So having family movie night, but you're sitting on the couch going through flashcards, is not being present, is not being with them. Going on a road trip together while you are listening to your lecture is not you being present with them. Occasionally, yes, you may have to do those things, but if you've committed to specific family or partner quality time, really try to set as a non-negotiable for yourself that you'll stay super, super present for that. Okay, so that is just kind of the general overview about getting a partner on board for nursing school. The first thing is, again, just sitting down, having that open, that honest conversation about your nursing school schedule, And even before that, your commitment to nursing school and why this is so important for you and why it can be good for you as a family or as a couple. And then when you have your kind of motivation solidified, you can share that with them, get them on board. Now it's their goal too for you to get through this program. And then looking very objectively at your nursing school schedule and really showing them how many commitments you have, the time commitment, all the work that will be necessary so that they get it. I've heard from so many students who say, my family doesn't understand why I can't hang out with them, or my friends don't understand why I can't hang out with them, or my partner's resentful because he doesn't understand why I study, until 9 o'clock at night every night. When you share the workload, the expectations ahead of time, you have a lot less of a risk of them becoming resentful over the course of the semester. And then when you're off school or when you have those non-negotiable focus times, commit to that. Okay, Family Fun Friday, right? Or a date night where you're not studying while you're watching a movie, all of those things. And then when you're on break, taking time to rest, rejuvenate, and do fun things together. So again, if you're in nursing school with the family, the whole family is going to nursing school. If you're in a committed relationship, you're both basically going to nursing school. It's going to take a lot of dedication and commitment from the both of you. Alrighty, so tomorrow we are talking about, we're talking about how grades are not everything in nursing school tomorrow, and that will be at 9, back to the regular time. So I'll see you for that then. Okay, bye.